Welcome to our channel. Today we how to authenticate with Kubernetes API using Kubeconfig authentication, full guide step by step clearly. To authenticate with the Kubernetes API using Kubeconfig authentication, begin by locating your Kubeconfig file. The default location for Kubeconfig is typically found at /.kuba/config. If you set a custom location, make sure to note that path for the next steps. Open your terminal or command prompt where kubectl is installed. Use the command kubectl config view to display the contents of your kubeconfig file. This command will help you ensure that the file is correct and accessible. Next, identify the context you want to use for authentication. The context contains information about the cluster, user. You can find the available contexts by executing kubectl config get contexts. Select the context that you wish to authenticate with. To switch to that context, run kubectl config use context your context name. Replace your context name with the name of the context you selected. Now your kubectl is configured to use the specified context. Next, check if your Kubernetes cluster is reachable and you have the necessary permissions by running kubectl get nodes. If you see a list of nodes, then your authentication is successful. In case of authentication errors, verify the user credentials specified in your kubeconfig. Credentials could include certificates, access tokens, or usernames and passwords. If your kubeconfig uses client certificates, make sure the certificates are valid. Check the path to the certificate files in your kubeconfig. For token-based authentication, ensure you have the correct token for the user. If the kubeconfig is correctly set up and your credentials are valid, your access to the Kubernetes API should work seamlessly. For advanced scenarios, consider creating multiple kubeconfig files for different environments. You can merge multiple kubeconfig files into a single one for easier management. To do this, use the kubeconfig environment variable to specify multiple kubeconfig files. For example, run export kubeconfig equals file1 of file2. You can now use contexts from both kubeconfig files. To conclude, regularly review and update your kubeconfig for security and access management. This ensures you maintain control over your Kubernetes cluster and resources. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more step-by-step tech guides.